to order. Roll call starting on my left, please.
Evenson here.
Minter here.
Giamatti here. Got Cole. Thank you. We'll start on my far left. Jackie. Certify the posting of the meeting, please.
I certify that on Tuesday, February 4th, 2025, the agenda for the Town of Rome Board meeting for Thursday, February 6th, 2025 was posted at the Rome Town Hall at 11:08 a.m., Quick Trip LLC 11:23 a.m., Nakusa Port Edward State Bank 11:15 a.m., and emailed to the Wisconsin Rapids Tribune at 10:57 a.m.
Thank you. I'll need a motion to approve the agenda, please.
I'll move to approve the agenda.
I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion by Supervisor Evenson, second by Supervisor Gabriel to approve the agenda as presented. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Oh, Jackie? Aye.
Aye.
All right, opposed? Motion carries. Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, citizen comment cards, I got one. Did we get any other ones? Or okay. So I'll read number 6. Citizen comments. During the citizen comment period of the agenda, the town board welcomes comments from any town resident, not a member of the town board, on any agenda item not on the agenda. On any item not on the agenda. Please know that pursuant to state law, the board cannot engage in conversations with you, but may ask questions. The board may refer the item to staff, a standing committee, or a future board agenda for discussion and action. Each person wishing to speak will have up to 3 minutes to speak. Speakers are asked to submit a card to the clerk providing their name, address, and topic for discussion. The board will also take comment from the public on agenda items as called by the chair, but not during citizen comment. Please note that once the board begins discussion on an agenda item, no further comments will be allowed from the public on that issue. So I had an email today from a Kurt Johnson. He lives at 951 Wellington Court in Nakusa. And he says, "Hi Lori, thanks for taking the time to speak with me regarding wake surf boating. I would like to be on this task force committee to help resolve this ongoing problem. I think setting hours for wake boating will let everyone, kayakers, fishermen, pontoon boaters, pleasure boaters, paddle boaters, skiers, etc., know when we are allowed to wake surf out on the water. This will also allow everyone to enjoy the water sport they love too, and will hopefully stop the bad feeling some people have against wake surfers. As we discussed, this task force should be made up of people from every sport in order to get a fair and diverse opinion for all. Hopefully you can read this statement at the meeting tonight. Thank you, Kurt Johnson." So we'll refer that and add it to that next agenda item. I'll give you that. We won't forget it. Thanks. Okay, moving on. No action contemplated except possible referral to a future agenda. Informational updates, meeting recaps, recent correspondence, current events, and announcements. We can start on my far left. Jackie, do you have anything from Costa Rica for us?
I do. I have 2 things that Visit Rome has asked me to read, so I will do that. First, Visit Rome will be offering personalized bricks to founders of the Link the Lakes Trail for $250. Your name or someone's memory will forever be part of the Rome community. Watch for the campaign unveiling tomorrow on Facebook and at the Visit Rome website, or stop by their office to inquire. And the second, also from Visit Rome, the Visit Rome Tourism Grant Program is now accepting applications for the April 15th deadline. Find the eligibility requirements, task force, and the application on their website under the Initiatives tab. So that's it.
All right, thank you. And how much was it for the personalized bricks again? Did you say two?
$250.
$250.
Okay, and then I've got,
You can donate more, but that's what they are asking for, to have your name on a brick.
okay. And then just to remind, Jason, I was going to tell you this because I saw Lisa the other night at the Rome Business Alliance meeting, and she said, just remind Cody that they can apply for marketing materials for a grant. They had done that in the past, so he should give that a try. Robbie, maybe whoever wants to talk with him about it. So, all right.
He's aware of it.
Is he good? Okay, great. All right. Cheryl?
Well, there's lots of events actually in town this weekend. There's 2 fisheries. There's one over on Petenwell by the Lure Bar and Grill. It's the first annual Wisconsin Ducks Unlimited Frozen Flyway Ice Fishing Tournament. And that starts, looks like registrations are tonight from 5 to 7, and then starting at 6 a.m. tomorrow. And then Jordan Lake Fishery is also on tomorrow, 6 a.m. check-in. Event starts at 7. And then there is the Lake Arrowhead Snow Blast. Big full weekend of fun stuff going on there. So check that out on their Facebook page or on their website. You'll see all the list of events.
You got ahead of me this time. Yep,
I
it
know,
starts
I
tomorrow night. Starts tomorrow night with a fish fry and goes all the way through Sunday up to Super Bowl, and there's all cool stuff, really, a lot of different things to do this year.
Tomorrow night I got tickets for that show
Oh,
and
that
everything.
show?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
gonna be fun.
So, and I think there might still be some available, so it's a nice full weekend.
Yeah.
Supervisor Minter?
I don't have anything.
Okay. I have some things here I'll go through, and I'll pick up where Jackie usually goes, but I'm gonna do it tonight, because she didn't, but just a reminder, the town website and Facebook page are the town's official media outlets. Please visit there for factual information on town news and business, and we continue to work on improvements. The other one I have is, you saw in your packet, there was a transfer site update, and I thought it was worthy of reading some of these items off of this list that have been accomplished. Staff will be on site for sticker sales at the transfer site on Saturday, February 8th, during the normal hours of operation. Rome Outdoors is also selling those stickers for us. The Public Works staff has located a roll-off truck to haul our compactors, are in the process of purchasing that truck. And the anticipated asphalt work and the gating system timeline is set for the middle of May. So it looks like we're still pretty much on track for all the improvements. Okay? The next one I have is the Rome Town Center Subcommittee is having meetings here all day in a community open house on the 19th of February. So we'll be getting posters around town before the weekend, hopefully. But it's on Wednesday, the 19th. The community open house is from 5 to 7. And we will have task force groups meeting here, or not task force, but focus groups that we'll be meeting with throughout the day here in our town boardroom and in our community room. We have a guest coming from Minneapolis. He is our town planner that was gifted to us by Baker and Michael of Sand Valley to the tune of approximately $50,000. So he'll be working through phase 1 with us, and that information we'll make sure is out on the website also. I also have, well, you did snow blast, so we're good there. And lastly, because this will be timely, well, there's 2 more things here. Representative Krug will be here on February 21st at 2 p.m. He reserved the room, so that'll be like a town hall with him, if you want to put that on your calendars. I think we have another meeting yet, and we'll remind people again of that to attend. And then lastly, you do see on our agenda that we have our energy attorney with us later this evening, but I did receive an email from Senator Teston's office, because I check in with them regularly as they have folks over at the PSC to give us information and updates. And there has been some movement on the Akron Solar Project. There is a docket number that's been assigned. They filed an engineering plan, but that is stated in our letter from Stan that that's where we... that is stated in our plan, or in their plan, or in our document from Stan, that is the phase where we're at. So when we have that letter in our packet, but the docket number, we'll put that on our website. Taylor's going to do that for me hopefully by tomorrow. And there's a link to the PSC where you can sign up and get regular emails based on that docket number. And that's the only phase that they're at so far. And lastly, I think I covered it, so that's everything. Tom, you have nothing? Okay. All right, thank you. All right, discussion and possible action. Discussion, possible action on the approval of the January 16th, 2025 meeting minutes.
I'll move to approve the minutes.
I'll second it for discussion.
Okay, we have we have a motion by Supervisor Evenson, second by Supervisor Gabriel for approval of the January 16th, 2025 meeting minutes. Discussion?
On page 3, just above item number 12, the second motion that was made by Minter, I believe something had to be left out in there. It says, Plan Commission with the amendment to add size restrictions. Where is it going back to? I thought Minter, what?
It's the last part of that statement.
It's in there. And to refer back to the Plan Commission to add accessory structure size restrictions.
No, that's under the First Amendment that
That's the
failed.
one that,
The Second Amendment doesn't say that.
the one that motion carried one doesn't have that on there. The motion failed one has it.
But it also, it says with amendment to add
Add
size
size
restrictions.
But it doesn't say
Roll call vote.
it doesn't say to go to the planning commission. As recommended by the planning commission with the amendment to add size restrictions.
Can you double check that? Because I don't know if we said it would go back to the subcommittee and then Plan Commission on that one.
It's not on the Plan Commission agenda for this coming Tuesday.
And that's probably why.
Right now, the motion on the floor is to,
Can we really approve them though? Or can we do anything with them until she double checks what it says on her tape or?
if you choose to do something other than approve them as they're presented, you could table this until the next meeting and have that looked into and brought back as a report.
I'll amend my motion then to hold off until we can verify that.
I will second that motion.
So the meeting minutes will have to come back to the next meeting. All right, number 9. The board may go into closed session pursuant to Wisconsin Stat Section 19.85 Sub 1 Sub E, deliberating or negotiating the purchasing of public properties, the investment of public funds, or conducting other specified public business whenever the competitive or bargaining reasons require a closed session, conferring with legal counsel, Energy Legal Counsel, who is rendering advice on proposed large-scale solar project. In your packet, you had a memo from Stan, and we can go into Jason's office and talk with him. So I need a motion.
I'll make a motion to go into closed session.
I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion by Supervisor Gabriel, second by Supervisor Evenson to go into closed session pursuant to Wisconsin Stat Section 19.85 Sub 1 Sub E to confer with our Energy Legal Counsel, who is rendering advice on a proposed large-scale solar project. Roll call vote starting on my left, and Jackie won't be participating, but
Evenson, yes.
Minter, yes.
Jumati, yes.
Gabriel, yes.
All right. So we'll go into closed session.
No, nothing on this one.
Okay. I need a motion to reconvene into open session, please.
I'll make a motion to reconvene into open session.
I'll second.
Motion by Supervisor Gabriel, second by Supervisor Evenson to return to open session as authorized by Wisconsin statute, section 19.85 sub 2, and continuing our agenda. And just a note here, we'll be putting this information out there. We can put it in our records here that the docket number in the PSC system is 9832-CE-100. And you can go out to the PSC, but we'll put it on our website. It was just, you can go out there and sign up for their emails, and you'll find all the explanations on how to follow through with this. And there's simply just an engineering plan there right now, which is pretty general information like we've had all along. Continuing discussion and possible action. Checks. Oh, I'm sorry, what did I do? Oh, did we take, I forgot our vote. I'm very sorry. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Thank you. Discussion and possible action. Checks, vouchers, receipts, and journal entries. Approved checks number 47011 through 47091 totaling $1,413,465. Auto payments totaling $73,639.22. State and Social Security holdings totaling $36,645.27. Payroll vouchers V23090 through V23205 totaling $102,743.90. Receipts 26119 through 26184 and 26209 totaling $9,533,180.92. Oh, 99. Thank you.
I'll move to approve the checks, vouchers, receipts, and journal entries as presented.
Dan, you're slowing down on me here. Want to offer something up?
I'll second.
Thank you. We have a motion by Supervisor Evenson, second by Supervisor, thought we'd get him in the discussion here. Second by Supervisor Minter, to approve the checks, vouchers, receipts, and journal entries as presented. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Jackie?
Aye.
Thank you. Motion carries. Number 12, discussion and possible action. Review the RFP submissions for a contracted town attorney. Jason, did you want to start, or do we want to, we had how many? Okay.
Well, sure, I can. All right, so as you all know, you've put out an RFP for proposals for attorney services. I believe at this point, the deadline has passed for receipt of those, and you received 4 proposals to consider. So just maybe a general recap of that. 4 firms put in. 2 of those are Wausau firms. One of those is a Mauston firm. The other one is primarily a South Wisconsin firm with noted plans of expansion. Just a couple things, as they are rather common throughout these and common throughout attorney proposals. Each of these proposals will have a rundown of the attorneys that would be assisting you. Some firms, of course, are multiple attorney firms, and so they'll typically designate a primary point of contact, your primary attorney. That doesn't mean that they don't have, consultations with the other attorneys, and may appoint and provide another attorney to assist through a matter. So 3 of those proposals are, I would say, that. One of those proposals is not, it doesn't look like it at least. One of those proposals is a single attorney that would be assisting. A number of the proposals also have rate of compensation broken out based off of, for example, partner versus associate. Also, if it involves staff, that would be broken out a bit differently as well. Likely, you're going to be looking at the rate for an associate in most cases where you do have those different rates. But there may be complex matters that you have their partner involved as well. All of the, I know the attorneys from 3 of these. I've worked with them. They're all frankly good, firms, will provide excellent services. It's really just a matter of which one you're most comfortable with and how you would propose moving forward with it. For example, meeting the attorneys versus bringing on a firm, interviewing them. That is up to you to make a decision on how you'd like to proceed with that.
Did everybody have a chance to review these in depth?
Yes.
Somebody want to lead off which ones they were kind of drawn to, or? I think meeting them would be helpful, or a conversation to interview them. We'd see if there's a comfort level involved, but we do got to realize that, time is
Travel time is gonna be a big thing to count on as far as their expenses. I think that we should probably, the one from Wanakee, we probably should just take off the board, just take off the list.
I happen to agree. Just because of unfortunately, but, then again, too, we have talked about watching, some of the expenses, now that we're looking at much higher rates than what we had been fortunate to have all those for 10 years, is that, we can remember, too, that people can call us. We maybe only have them at one meeting a month, like maybe the second meeting of the month, because that's when we have plan commission items. So there's maybe some ways to work around this. Jason or Nick can maybe tell us how that might work with court, with these attorneys being further away. If somebody can give us an idea, if you can work that out with the judge, what that would look like. But I think meeting them would be, or if we allow somebody to interview them, to just get a feel if they fit. But I think they're all very capable. Is there any specific ones, or Dan or Jackie, Tom? Jackie?
I have a question to ask Nick, since he knows the 3 that now would be remaining on the list. Nick, do you think any one of those deals with issues that most line up with the issues facing our town? As I see
Good question.
Vanderwall represents Clover, and they've been through this solar
Yep.
process. But I don't know if any of them really have experience with things that align with what that we're going to be facing and face on a routine basis with growth and development. I would also think Clover has had a lot of growth and development, so that might be a factor too.
Thank you, Jackie. Good question.
Yep, that's an excellent question. So I am very familiar with Attorney Vanderwall. He was representing another municipality as we negotiated through the solar developments that were over in Portage County. Attorney Vanderwall also was involved with the intervening that was done in both of those projects. I also am familiar with the involvement that Attorney Vanderwall had with some of the Tourism Commission development that happened with Town of Plover, Village of Plover as well. So there's, knowledge, baseline knowledge that firm absolutely has as it relates to some of those things that likely will be questions, at least, that come up throughout the near future. So I would say that firm absolutely has experience in that. But at the same time, I know in other instances with other municipalities, with Dempsey, for example, they do a great job of municipal representation. I haven't worked with them in those kind of same areas, but I have worked with them on personnel matters, employment matters, and some of those contract negotiations, and they've done fantastic at it. So they'd also be a good firm. And Richard Bria, I believe, primarily does prosecution work, is my familiarity with that, and so there would be, certainly familiarity with prosecution work, but at the same time, either of the other firms also have a significant amount of prosecution experience I know, for example, with Vanderwall's firm, he just picked up another attorney there that was past ADA. And so, obviously, prosecution will be, something that they would easily be able to pick up. So, again, any of the firms have excellent attorneys. If I had to say which one of those three closely aligned with things that are on the horizon or you've experienced to date, it's probably Vanderwall, just because of the depth of their attorneys. But again, any of those three would be fantastic firms.
Thank you, Nick. That's the feeling I got, the sense I got. I did recognize one of the names from Dempsey, and that was Lee Torini. He used to be with the Wisconsin Towns Association for many years. So he's got municipal law background, but all of the things Nick just said align with what's going on here. And that's why I was pretty much drawn to that one. I know Dan, Tom?
I don't have a real preference on these. I'm just thinking of the budget that comes after this decision we make tonight. Somewhere, we're going to have to scale down our presence of an attorney.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to say I sort of squawked with Nick, but now we're not even close to Nick's wage anymore. We're doubling that again. There's just no way this is going to fit into the budget that we approved unless we really take some consideration in backing down, maybe not have an attorney at the plan commission meetings, maybe only one attorney here a month or something, but there's no way this is going to fit into the budget in the long run. That's my concern. I just can't believe there's nobody in the Rapids or Adams Friendship or anywhere closer. These are all quite far travel times to actually meet in person. But I understand this is what came in with what Jason put out. We don't actually have a choice. So I'm just thinking forward of what we put in the budget, and the attorney fees are going to smack us hard next year. So somehow we have to scale back on the presence of an attorney, I think, at some of our meetings or most of our meetings to be able to keep this thing in budget.
I don't know that I can agree with you on Plan Commission because it's too crucial to what's going on this next year, but that's a conversation for another, but we already said, maybe one meeting a month. They can do it virtually. They don't have travel time. There's other options available. But yeah, we have to, it's not going to be the same as with Nick. We knew that was going to happen when he chose to leave us because of, anyway.
Town has been very fortunate.
Yes, we
Attorney
have.
Wood started a law firm and was hired here young in his career. He passed a lot of that on to Attorney Flanagan, but what I can tell you through history, before Attorney Wood came here, we were using a firm out of Wausau. When I first was hired here, that gentleman has since retired, but they weren't using, back then, no one from the Rapids stepped up to represent the town. It was a municipal law firm out of Wausau that was used.
Maybe we can meet with Vanderwall and with Dempsey and kind of see.
I'm leaning towards, Jackie, which one are you have are you leaning towards one or the other? You want to interview one, two? Dan, what do you?
Well, I was going to align what Cheryl just said, that we speak to the attorneys from the Vanderwall firm and the Dempsey firm,
Okay,
and just talk to both of them and get their impression of how many meetings they would attend, if they're willing to do that remote versus in person, because that would save on the travel time, of course, the mileage, which is significant, because anyway, probably a couple hours. So just talk to those two and see which one we feel is the best fit for the town of Rome.
we're gonna have to do that rather quickly. So, Dan, do you have any?
I would be good with talking to any or all of the three that we've mentioned, but if we just want to talk to the two larger firms, that's fine too.
Well, if you look at the rates too, I think Vanderwall was a little bit more economical, and they've got associates and people that aren't as expensive as their leads. I think
Good
you
with
know.
talking Vanderwall and Dempsey.
That is true, the Dempsey firm, if you have a senior partner or partner, it's $300 an hour, where the other firm, their top rate is $250, goes down from there.
And I think we do have to be realistic. We're talking about having a good firm that aligns with what we're doing here, understands solar, understands development and all these other things, can do court. I guess you get what you, I mean, these all look really, really good, but I'm still leaning towards that Vanderwall too, but we can interview, both of those and see, but their rates are better for Vanderwall. But I definitely don't think, I mean, we can look at the number of meetings and things and attendance and remote and traffic, because that's a lot of things people don't realize. And, you know, sometimes I feel bad that we didn't, as a town, I think over the years, you know, Nick's, this is his last town board meeting with us, is tonight. And he's been with us for 10 years. And we never offered this man a raise. But the last time he asked for a raise, he was questioned. And that's your right. But bottom line is, that might have impacted something, and we should have, as a town, when we were raising our employees, should have thought of that person as well, because he's practically one of us. So it's a loss, it's gonna be hard, we're gonna have to adjust, but we did allow for what his increase would be to 150, and we'll have to go from there and see what we can and can't do. But the plan commission, I can't see us leaving Lexi on her own right now. She's too young and inexperienced, and we're moving forward with some heavy-duty development. But I just wanted to say that. But, so do we want to do both Dempsey and Vanderwall still? Or just go with the one? Because did you not say you worked with Vanderwall and Vista Sands, and he's familiar with Stan too?
Yes.
So Jackie, if you didn't hear that, Shane from Vanderwall worked with Stan, our energy attorney, as well on the Vista Sands project. So they've,
I think after listening to all that discussion and then again looking at those rates, I would have no problem going with a Vanderwall firm if that's what the board is to decide.
so what's your pleasure, folks, or?
But we need to at least meet with them before we go ahead, you know, with anything.
Yeah, I'd like to meet with them if we could. I mean, obviously, it's gonna depend upon the timing of the meeting, whether or not I can personally attend or not, but I think we should meet with them before we decide to proceed to accept them.
All right, and so, our next board meeting is after the 14th. Nick's last day is with us is the 20th or the 14th. And so our next board meeting isn't until the 20th. So do we, Jason, what do you have in mind for court? Because I think that's the biggest pressing issue coming up, or are you covered
So
there?
I can give an overview of that. So at the last municipal court date, we did review this with the judge, and we've set everything out so it doesn't take place this month. It'll take place in March. So there's no push at all from the court side of things to get something filled in any kind of time frame, other than to have them be able to review things and be ready for court in March.
And you will be here for your last plan commission meeting next week, Tuesday, so you can get Lexi through that one. Okay.
I think that the town should look at separating this if these are the two firms you're considering.
No, we said the Vanderwall or whatever.
Then the one firm, I think you need to try and find a prosecutor that's local, because you're gonna pay them travel time to come to this court once a month from Wausau. I figured it out, you have $400 just in travel expense, plus the time they're here, you're talking $12,000 just for municipal court if there's no trials. And they're only here for court, and they do the pre-trials out of their office, and we don't have anywhere near that kind of funding budgeted for that municipal court. I think there's other attorneys that are local that may take on just that work, that aren't interested in doing the big picture, that perhaps you could get somebody out of Rapids or Friendship that's travel time is gonna be less to handle that municipal court piece.
Doesn't this woman here, didn't she do like court stuff in the city of Adams or the Village of Friendship? Does she do that now?
Correct.
I
But even
think
she-
I
even
looked
she's-
online.
I would recommend that you repost something,
For
we can
just
talk
court,
to, we
okay.
can talk to this firm. But after you deal with that, maybe they have to do it for one time, but I think you reach out and find somebody local
For
that we're
court?
not paying that kind of travel expense to come to court and sit here for an afternoon of pretrials. I think there's better pricing that can be obtained locally, that these folks are more everything and not just prosecution.
Okay.
And we had that, happen before. Mark did some of that work. I mean, Dan Wood wrapped things up here, and Mark came, Dan still did the town attorney work, but not the prosecutions. He gave that up first, and we brought on Mark to do those prosecutions. Maybe there's somebody retired in town that has a law degree that would be willing to do that once a month at a much lower rate.
Okay. All right, that's a good the only question I would have is how does that work, like, if, let's say, something comes down the pike that it has to do with planning and zoning or development, and then, or code enforcement, and that do you know what I'm saying? If it starts somewhere else, but this person is doing our court, how does that work? Would there have to be
Yeah,
any
so-
concerns of?
No concerns, unless
Okay,
there was a
okay.
conflict. Of course, if there was a conflict.
I wasn't thinking conflict, just-
That could be a concern. The only thing that really that's going to affect is preparation in a case file.
Okay,
And so whomever would come on and assist with the municipal court prosecution piece, if you did split that, would likely just, talk through what they'd be expecting in a file, just the same as I did with, the matters as we had things come up, particularly large, enforcement-related items.
Okay.
I would just talk through what I was expecting in a property file, when it got to my desk.
okay. So then, should we, Jackie, did you have anything you want to follow up with based on what you just heard, or anyone else?
No, I heard that, and I think it makes a lot of sense to separate the two.
Okay, I think that's a good suggestion. So we'll get Jason to set up a time with all of us to meet with this attorney and interview them, like an interview type thing, and then we'll have you put out an RFP just for locally for municipal court, correct? Are you gonna do an RFP or just reach out?
Reach out. Nick
Okay.
says we should reach out.
Okay,
I know there are some attorneys
Okay.
in the Rapids area that had just assisted, for example, City of Wisconsin Rapids with just some of the prosecution. There are firms that will do that may not have the capacity to take on, full municipal attorney. I can put Jason in contact with some of those firms, and just, he can reach out, and you may
That'll
be
be
able to
helpful.
plug in some of the municipal, prosecution work
That'd be
just with a
great.
local firm.
I think that works out really well, and then you still have time in case, because he's gonna have to transition files and things over to this new person.
I think you probably should look at your calendars and set some dates, and then the clerk can mark those down, and we can reach out tomorrow to the firm to see if any of those dates work with the attorney.
Can we do that when we do next
Sure.
meeting dates and times?
Sure.
Would that be okay? Just remind me then. We'll do it so we can keep moving along here. So we'll do that at the next meeting dates and times. So, should we have a motion and say that we're considering this attorney and we want to interview him? Do we need, okay,
Motion for that?
okay,
Just direct the administrator to set that up.
okay. You're being directed to set that up. Alrighty. Thank you, everyone. That was good discussion. All right. Discussion and possible action, resolution number 25- in observance and celebration of Migratory Bird Day on May 10th, 2025. We usually do this every year sometime between now and May. I don't know, Jackie, did you have anything from Lisa, or this is just pretty standard procedure every year approving this? Is there anything new?
Standard procedure to
Okay.
maintain the Bird City, Wisconsin designation. It's part of that. They also have to send in a report of what things have been done to educate and enhance birds in the city, but in the town, I mean, but it's just a piece of that process.
Okay, so nothing new there, just annual renewal. Okay, so I'll entertain a motion.
I'll move to approve the resolution for observance and celebration of International Migratory Bird Day on May 14th, 2025.
10th.
May 10th.
Oh, excuse me, May 10th.
That's what
second.
happens when you read it on your phone, Dan. Motion by Supervisor.
92 cents, not 99.
I know, so that, we're all getting up there. We have a motion by Supervisor Minter, second by Supervisor Evenson for approval of resolution number 25- in observance and celebration of Migratory Bird Day on May 10th, 2025. Any more discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Item number 14, discussion and possible action to reappoint Leslie Olson to the library board. I will say that we had a chance to, sorry, dear, you wanted me to sign that? Okay. She was highly recommended. She was reviewed for support of being reappointed to the committee by all the board members of the library board, and we received the recommendation that she be approved for another term.
Move to approve the reappointment of Leslie Olson to the Leicester Library Board.
I'll second that.
Okay. You know, I realized too, I forgot to get Jackie's vote on that. Jackie, I'm sorry. It's hard.
Said aye, you're fine.
All right, thank you. Just imagine if there were 200 of you up there. Anyway,
One me, thank goodness.
all right. So we have a motion to reappoint Leslie Olson to the library board. All in favor?
Aye.
Jackie? Thank you. Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Discussion and possible action, approve the sale of two 2017 Ford Explorer squads, minimum bid of $3,000. And we had a memo from Jason. Is there anything you want to say?
Nope, it's the same process that we've always used to sell the cars. They're put on Wisconsin surplus auction site, and the minimum we'd accept is 3,000. Likely we'll get more than that.
I'll move that we approve the sale of two 2017 Ford Explorer squads with a minimum bid of $3,000.
I'll second.
Motion by Supervisor Evenson, second by Supervisor Minter to approve the sale of two 2017 Ford Explorer squads with a minimum bid of $3,000. Any more discussion? All in favor? Aye. Jackie?
Aye.
Thank you. Opposed? Motion carries. And Jackie, please stay with us if you can, because that one for next agenda items is, we need you on that one to talk a little bit, okay? If you can. But we're gonna, yeah, thank you. The board may adjourn into closed session pursuant to section 19.85 sub 1 sub C of the Wisconsin statutes, which reads, considering employment, promotion, compensation, and performance evaluation data of any public employee over which the governmental body has jurisdiction or exercises responsibility, Administrator, Chief of Police, and Town Clerk. I need a motion to go into closed session.
I'll move we go into closed session pursuant to section 19.85 sub 1 sub C.
Second.
Motion by Supervisor Evenson, second by Supervisor Minter to go into closed session pursuant to section 19.85 sub 1 sub C of the Wisconsin statutes. Roll call starting on my left, please.
Evenson, yes.
Minter, yes.
Giamatti, yes?
Gabriel, yes.
Okay. And we'll be back, Jackie. We can charter a plane.
No, we already got.
They already got that.
Folks, so, because I want to get to this item with Jackie here for next agenda. Number 17, the board reserves the right to reconvene into open session as authorized by Wisconsin statute, section 19.85 sub 2, and continue with the agenda.
Move to return to open session pursuant to state statute.
I'll second it.
Motion by Supervisor Minter, second by Supervisor Gabriel to reconvene into open session as authorized by statute, section 19.85 sub 2, and continue with the agenda. And just as a side note, if there's any updates you need, you can counsel either with Nick or Jason as to what we discussed. If there's anything you want to get in touch with them, Jackie, go ahead. So now, your next motion?
Wait, you gotta vote.
Oh, I'm sorry, thank you. Okay, all in favor?
No.
You wanna do roll?
Aye.
Aye.
Oh, that's right, roll call. Oh, sorry.
Stevenson, yes.
Minter, yes.
Jamani, yes.
Gabriel, yes.
We're all getting a little anxious again. All right, now you're up.
All right. Move to authorize the administrator to make an offer of employment for an administrative sports support specialist at an hourly rate of $24.82 per hour.
I'll second.
Motion by Supervisor Minter, second by Supervisor Evenson to hire a administrative assistant support specialist at a rate of
$24.82.
$24.82. And you do have budget money to cover this? Yep. All right, just want to make sure that that's clear. Any more discussion?
Somebody second.
Yes,
Cheryl did.
Cheryl did. Did I say, oh, I'm sorry, we're talking kind of fast. I'm sorry, we'll slow down.
Okay.
All right. Any discussion on that, Jackie, for you, or you,
I guess for myself and anybody listening, might you just briefly say what this person would do, what the position entails, if that's not too much to ask this time?
without,
You don't have it described yet?
all right, Jason or Nick?
Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so our current, one of our current administrative support specialists gave her notice on Monday. She found a job closer to home. And so I reached out to someone that I know who used to be a clerk. And I knew she was looking for work and asked if she'd be willing to come on at least temporarily to help us get through these elections.
Okay.
And she agreed, so.
And she has served as a mentor, right?
Right, she was my mentor, actually.
She was a
when
clerk
I was
from-
going to the Clerks Institute, the Clerk Treasurer Institute.
And
Sounds like a good plan, thank you.
and then there's potential that she could eventually maybe consider staying with us?
Yes, we will discuss that with her when she gets here.
Perfect. And would start on Monday?
Yes.
Correct? All right. Any more discussion? All right, all in favor? We'll start with Jackie, so I don't miss you this time.
I don't know if I can vote on a closed session.
No, this is open session, right, Nick?
It's an open session.
Now,
She can.
okay, then aye.
Okay.
Aye.
Thanks for asking, though. All right.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion,
I'm sorry. Okay.
motion carries. You're all getting a little,
I thought you were
it's a
doing roll
lot of-
call there for a second. as
I know, we were
going.
back on the
I wasn't
closed
sure what was
session
going
one.
on.
Alrighty. Dates and items for future agendas and meetings. Next agenda items, we have on there the creation of a task force for the purpose of making recommendations to the town board on possibly regulating certain artificial enhanced wakes on Lake Arrowhead, Camelot, and Sherwood. And Supervisor Cole was the one that had asked that we do this, and just in light of that, we can't discuss much tonight. But if we bring this back to the next agenda, if you can have some sort of presentation ready for us because of the way you all voted in the fall, and we got word from somebody that when they saw this posted, they're interested. So if you would come back with some sort of presentation, like on the framework, with the background, the scope, the direction, and then like a timeline, like what your thoughts are, how many members, that sort of thing, and we can discuss it in greater detail at the next meeting. Does that sound like a plan?
I can do that.
Perfect. Okay, so,
Would you be willing to share with me Mr. Kirk Johnson's contact information? Because I think he has
Yes, and that's why he contacted me. If anybody doesn't remember, Kurt was the one that was in here last year. He sat on that side when we were talking about possibly having a hearing, and he really wants to work with the town to find a solution for all, like we do. And he's actually got a list of other people that might be interested, and you may have some, or we may have some, so, yes. Wendy will get that to you.
All right, thank you.
And as we say, it'll build out unless you guys have anything specific. Will we have any, plan commission items?
So,
Oh, site plan of operation for.
yes,
stuff
depending
that's-
on what the plan commission ends up doing, there is a revisiting of a site plan of operation item. If they do approve it, or recommend the approval, that'll be on, your agenda for your next meeting.
Alrighty,
Should have the corp from us at Parks,
excellent.
because we'll have our meeting on Monday the 6th.
Corp?
Monday the 7th, Monday the 17th. is the
17th.
Parks meeting, so. if we
Perfect.
don't get weathered out.
No excuses, you missed one already. No, I'm just kidding.
Well,
Anybody-
December got canceled because of the party.
I know.
Now this one got canceled because of the cold.
Yeah. Anybody else can think of anything, otherwise we'll keep building her out. Alrighty. So our next meeting date and time?
February 20th?
But, Madam Chair.
Oh, yes.
So just remember that this was the point where you were going to discuss, people's availability to do the attorney.
Oh, yes, thank you very much, Nick, and I even have that little note right there. What are people available for to meet and just like, we'll just have like a meet and greet with that attorney's firm? Well, Jackie, can we do it like where she can be on TV like this with us and we can have them in this room, kinda, and we'd post a meeting or?
The 12th
If
and the,
I'm available, I'd be happy to participate, otherwise I trust your judgment if you meet with him.
All right,
I'm just gonna tell you that the 12th and the 13th, I am not available those 2 days. I'll be out of town.
and the 19th is out because we've got, oh, and I forgot that announcement, there is a community, did I say that? Yes, the 19th will be busy here all day, as part of the road subcommittee with the planner. We're gonna have meetings in here and in the community room, so the 19th is out. So the 12th, 13th, and 19th, we can't do it, and we wanna do it sooner rather than later.
Yes, that's the week the auditors are here.
Oh, yikes. Oh. All right,
She
About
was
the
doing most
10th
of
and
it already.
11th.
Right. first couple.
I know, it feels like we're
What
almost
is
to the end.
today's?
I'm available on the
Today is the
10th.
6th.
I'm not available, I don't have my phone with me. I'm not available next Monday and Tuesday. I don't know what dates
That's
those
the 10th and the 11th.
Oh, boy,
I'm
then I
fine
can-
though. You can,
Are you sure?
yeah, because
11, 12, 13 are
when we
out.
get down to it, they're the cheapest, and we still can, if I remember reading it correctly, we can always terminate with a 30-day notice to any of these firms, it sounded like, unless I misread something. So if we're not happy, we move on after a month.
All right, as long as you're okay with it, because
I'm
I've got
okay.
the 10th, I've
I
got
got
the
a procedure
10th.
on Monday, and Tuesday I'll probably be in bed.
Oh, well, take
So-
care. I'd rather not do it on the 11th because the Plan Commission and Lex and I are going down to Adams County for a big planning meeting, but, maybe, oh, and we've got that culinary lunch on Wednesday, but in the morning or afternoon on the 12th? Oh, you're gone, darn. So how's the 10th?
The 10th is good.
Can we get them that quickly, you
That's to say,
think?
that's pretty short notice for them too.
That's the day before the election, which is fine, as long as it's in, here.
You don't have to have canvas or anything, your stuff for your
Friday
bags
the
or anything?
14th? Do you do
Oh, yeah, that's
Fridays
right,
at
the
all?
11th is out
Yeah, I
anyways,
can.
because I'm doing public testing here
Oh.
that afternoon.
Yeah, how's the 14th? Jackie, how are you on the day of the 14th?
Was Valentine's Day, so, you know.
If we did it early enough in the day, it shouldn't keep you from any extracurriculars.
The 14th would work. I think I'd first ask you about the 10th, if that would be possible to just do this quickly.
Yeah, see, that's,
That's fine. I'm-
Not the 14th.
Yeah, I think the 10th, 14th, and because if you're going to wait till the 17th or 18th, you may as well do it the 20th at your regularly scheduled meeting.
I'm fine I'm open
So
on Monday
we'll
the
call and
10th.
check if they're available the
Either one
10th
of
or
those
14th.
days,
If
just
not,
let me
we'll
know.
schedule them on the 20th.
And how are you, Dan? I mean, I know it's hard for you with
Well, I mean, if
school,
it's-
but,
Obviously, if it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon, I'm probably not gonna be able to come. If it's 8 o'clock in the morning, that would be better for me, because I could come, like I do library board. We have library board at 8:30.
All right.
I
we'll
head
see
into
what-
work. You know, if it was Friday, if it was after library board, I'll just delay going into work, or maybe I'll take a day off on Friday next week.
I
right,
think
we'll tell 'em-
Jackie was trying to talk.
Yeah, she said do it at 8 o'clock. I heard that actually. On this side too, that's a miracle.
I mean, if they want the job, they'll probably make themselves available.
Yep. And even if we end up with just, the four of us, then, okay.
I'm totally
Just a
fine.
friendly reminder to post the meeting then when you.
Yep. Alrighty, we'll shoot for 8 AM or morning of the 10th.
So we need to know by 8 AM tomorrow morning.
The weekend
If it's-
counts, doesn't it?
Yeah,
the
we can post over the weekend. I mean,
get it
No.
on a Saturday maybe.
yeah, you can.
I'm having company this weekend, you guys. Give me a break, will ya? I'm working 60 hours a week.
Well, if we post it and the meeting gets canceled, it gets canceled.
That's correct.
Okay. Well, we'll try for 8:30. You can call them at 8 o'clock, and I can post it right away before.
I'm guessing they're gonna participate remotely as well. We would set up a session like this and
remote.
Sure.
they would be.
I'm
remote,
fine
so
with
they-
remote. It doesn't have to be in person. And as long as we can get Jackie up too to ask questions if she's got anything, and you can be here at,
And then if it was gonna,
you want me to come in and help you or something? I can.
No, I can get it done. I just need to know that it's 8:30 on Monday.
8 o'clock.
I can't do 8 o'clock, Jackie.
Dan has a meeting at 8:30.
no, not Monday.
Oh.
Monday, 8:30. I mean, it's not gonna last more than an hour
Then
probably,
8:30 is better, sure.
so.
So the weekend doesn't count because, okay, got it. Sorry, but, all right. We gotta do what we gotta do. If for any reason that doesn't work, they'll get in touch with us. All right, so
We'll prepare the questions that we want to ask this individual.
Nicholas, Jason,
Yeah.
I thought it would be
mean,
just a meet and greet and if we come up with it, they pop up in our head. I don't know if
How
you have.
about this? I think largely it's going to be just an introduction to the attorney and the firm and maybe some of the municipal projects they've worked on. So part of
Yeah,
that
that's
really
what I
doesn't need to
imagined.
have specific questions, but at the same time, if any board member has a specific question or area that they'd like to ask, if you either send it to myself or Jason, or both, then we can put together a compiled list and have that to you.
So if you have anything, Jackie, we'll send it to them because I'm with you. I got just a couple of basic ones, like the big ones, so.
Okay, if we don't do the Monday the 10th, and we do Friday, Dan, you said you have an 8:30 meeting?
Friday the 14th, the library board at 8:30. We're usually done by 9:30.
Could you come here on your way then?
Yeah, I
or-
would just, if we
Oh.
had it on the 14th, I
So
would
then
just,
the
I was
9:30
planning on stopping here to vote anyhow on Friday. next
Okay, so 9:30 then on Friday, the 14th would be the other option.
Does that work as an alternative, Jackie, Tom? Does that work?
That I could probably make, yeah.
All right. Cheryl, you're okay with, okay.
This time of year, I just gotta give him a little notice so that I
All right.
can make sure he's there.
So that's all our alternative then. And then we'll get our questions to Nick and Jason, then if we have anything really outstanding that we want to know an answer to. All right, so, motion to adjourn,
Move to adjourn.
all in favor? Aye.